Hello everybody, welcome back to some more Crystalline. Last time, Zack and Kara got it on in the bush, is to be presumed. And we met a dude named Gangalain, or we talked to Gangalain some more. We didn't meet him last time. We talked some more about our past, and we learned that we could die if we open a rift. So, let's continue. Once breakfast is over, we clean up the camp and continue on our way to the water temple. The path crunches under our feet, the sky is clear, and the sun scatters its fingers like crowns over the top of the trees. I can see mountains in the distance, the jagged ridges sprawled out along the horizon like ocean waves. When I start to break out into a slight sweat, we find ourselves surrounded by the mountains. I gaze up at the range of sharp peaks like dragon teeth, others disappearing high into the clouds. We stop in the hollow of a mountain. The air smells of jasmine and salt. I pause, my eyes falling on a wide cave mouth. Is that the entrance? Giggling beams.
Yes, this is it.
We cautiously enter the cavernous entrance. Blue light flickers across the cave wall and the faint glows irradiate. I take another look at the large staircase leading down into deep dark water. Wait a second, we're going underwater? Giggling nods.
Yes, sir. These steps will lead us to an underwater tunnel, which will take us to the temple.
Underwater temples are a whole lot of nope. Good thing I swim Lake of Fit. This is fine. Go down a dark underground staircase, which will lead us to a water. We'll have to swim through who knows how long. Sure, why not?
Perhaps my water magic could be of assistance.
Probably. Giggling looks at her and grins.
We are fortunate to have a mage caster with us who can manipulate water.
He closes his eyes and puts his hand over his chest.
With a mere twist of the wrist, she bends the sea to her will. And to the wave which dare defies her, her ice will freeze it still.
Lena's eyes light
That
up.
was beautiful.
She claps. Giggling smiles, earnest and embarrassed.
Don't you think so? Perhaps I should write it down.
You should. Maybe it can go into your new poem.
Are you guys ready? Lena nods.
Yep. Lead the way.
Giggling leans us down the stairs. Barnacles, seaweed, and mussels cling to the dark gray stones. Water mussels. I don't know why I said mussels. Mussels. Clams and oysters. The water ripples at our feet. As I look out, they only become deeper. Amy steps forward, her manipulator glowing.
Do the stairs continue to descend?
I'll admit I'm uncertain.
It is of no matter. We shall soon discover the answer.
Now why'd you
Please
ask?
Continue.
She waves her arms in the air and Giggling takes a step forward and the water moves out of the way of his boot and his grin broadens as the water flows around him, keeping him wrapped in a dry
But
bubble.
what do you know? There are more stairs.
Amelia remains at the back with her manipulator glowing. We travel ahead and continue down the stairs. As we descend further down, I glance up at the shimmering water, which slips easily around us. Small schools of fish scurry past, bobbing as they swim around us. Soon the stairs level out. We follow a shallow corridor which opens up into the mouth of a large cavern. Several tunnels branch off in different directions around the cavern, but it is too dark inside to see where they may go. Ooh, this is a cool temple. Blue crystals glitter all across the cavern, some clinging to the ceiling like icicles, while others are spread across the walls like frost.
Boy?
Indeed. The Pongo pops his head out from inside Amelia's pouch. His eyes light up with wonder.
Boy! Water crystals.
I don't know what that means. What? She points to something behind me. Amelia crosses to a few crystals that are glowing along the ground. She fidgets with her bracelets, the symbols lighting up as she scans them.
Fascinating.
What is?
These water crystals are mineable ore. One can use them to create spheres.
Should we take some? If that's the case, then how come no one else has come here to mine them? Amelia doesn't even turn around to face me, with completely absorbed with the crystals.
This place has been lost to knowledge.
Besides one bard. She touches one of the crystals, her bracelets glow firelight bright. Ice creaks underneath of her touch, and then she hears a sharp snap. A bit of the sapphire cracks off and her eyes brighten. She holds up a piece, examining it from side to side. I'm confused. We've seen crystals before. They're all over, powering up every single city we've been to. Is there something special about water crystals? Well, you shake your head.
Crystals near temples are a rarity. I will use this one to study for further research.
Poi indeed. Bongo leaps out of her pouch and nibbles on a large crystal. He wobbles, obviously content. Leanna, Zach, and Kara wander around and check out crystals. Their deep blue reflects off the water and sparkle dancing lights across the cavern space. It reminds me of a disco ball. The effect is a bit mesmerizing. Giggling turns down one of the tunnels.
The temple should be down here.
I look to where he's going. Something flickers in the depths of one of the tunnels, something silvery and bright. I follow Yingling to the tunnel where my shoulder bumps into a slick surface. Ow! My brows furrow. We're inside the cave, so why is the wall so smooth? I reach up and touch cool glass. A mirror? I look around. Nope. All room is full of mirrors. My breath catches my throat as hundreds of reflections blink back at me. Guys, are you seeing this? No response. Guys? I turn around. No one is there. I touch the walls on our previous path, also lined with mirrors. How did I walk through that without noticing before? Did the others do the same? They could have gone anywhere. This wasn't just a room, it was a maze. Everywhere I turn, I see myself. I run my hands in mirrors to keep myself grounded in so many reflections. I have a hard time keeping track of where I'm going. It just feels like I'm going in circles. I let out a small growl of frustration, turning around. Something purple flashes from the corner of my eye, then something white.
Hey, is that you?
Kara? I turn to see her and Leanna standing at the end of one of the paths. Kara grins and waves to me. I grin back, excitement floating into my chest. Finally, I dash towards him. I slam face first straight into a mirror. I look backwards, cupping my nose. Ugh! I hear footsteps behind me.
Are you alright?
A blush crawls on my face. Yeah, my nose throbs with pain, but it didn't hit the wall hard enough to leave any real damage.
It was hard traveling through this maze for me too.
Why would you? That sounds weird. The three of us jump and whirl around. Immediately cocks her head and stares at me. Where'd you come from?
I followed your voices and found you all here.
Oh, did you see the others? Her gaze lingers on me again.
No.
Lana twists her hands nervously.
I really don't like the look of this place. The mirrors are so creepy.
Maybe we should find a way out.
What about Zach and Gingalain?
We might run into them. Either way, it's better than just standing here admiring ourselves in the mirror.
Sounds like a plan.
We twist in and out of the maze. For a while, it feels like we're making progress. We go down a long path leading straight to Kara's eyes.
Dead end.
God damn it. She places her hand in the mirror in front of us.
This is going to take forever.
Wait,
I look up, something shimmers inside of the mirror. Foggy at first, but then slowly becomes clear. Letters brighten and they form together to create a single word. Us? Kara blinks.
That's it? Just us?
She frowns, resting a hand on
What
her
does
head.
that mean?
I'm not sure.
Something to do with us?
Do you think there are more words hidden out here?
Probably.
I glance at Amelia, who wears an intense stare. What do you think, Amy? She shrugs, but otherwise doesn't answer. I guess we move on then. We turn around and try again. The second one takes us longer to find. We keep twisting and turning in circles before Leanna ultimately reaches out and accidentally pats against a solid mirror at the end of a corridor. The letters breathe and flare up again and form a new word.
Among...
Leanna frowns and brows crinkling together.
Us and among? What does that mean?
They're really stressing something that has to do with us, and I'm not sure I like the sound of that.
There are probably some more words out there we need to find to make sense of this.
Well, so far we have us among. What it could be among us. Like the hidden new game. No. It could be that kind of situation, though. Like something's among us. Amy hangs back again and watches silently. She feels my eyes on her, shifts her gaze on to me. I feel like her stare is a challenge, but I don't know why.
Can you make any sense out of this, Amy? You're usually really good with puzzles.
Amelia tears her gaze off me and looks at Kara instead.
I don't know. They just seem like random words to me.
Kara blinks.
Right, but do you think it means anything?
No idea.
Well, this is dead end, so let's move on. We turn around again, bumping into even more mirrors, and I keep getting turned around. Are we walking in the same halls or going down new corridors? My hands reach out and skim across the silver mirrors and lock. Amy remains silent and seemingly unconcerned. Her gaze continues to bore into me, making me even more nervous than I already feel. We come up to another dead end, in which more letters slowly appear. Illusion. Us among illusion? It's a message. The words are just jumbled up.
Us among illusion?
Maybe illusion among us?
Among illusion us.
No, it's illusion among us. Lena frowns, suddenly looking nervous.
So something among us isn't real?
Kara raises her eyebrow.
Yeah, but what?
There was nothing else with us, just each other. Not something, someone. Lena flinches.
Maybe, but who would it be?
Fucking Amelia, duh. I think it's Amy.
What makes you think that?
That's what makes me think that. Her brows crinkle in confusion.
Huh?
You are talking like one of my science textbooks. Amy doesn't use contractions or shy away from the challenge. Surprise flickers behind her
I
eyes.
see.
Plus, you keep staring at me, and it's weird. Amy blinks and a crocodile smile spreads across her face. What the fuck?
Good.
She shivers as she steps backwards into the mirror. When I look through her image, it dissolves like water, milky silver of the glass. When I look again, my own reflection stares back at me. Well, that was unsettling.
No kidding.
The mirrors flash blinding white, and I cringe and cover my eyes as bright spots do acrobats in front of my nose. I hear the sound of something shimmering, and when I look up, I see a maze dissolve into starlight. The tunnel returns to a straight path. We travel down for a short while before seeing familiar faces.
Oh, it's you guys.
I blink my eyes, still refocusing them from the sudden light. When my vision clears, I see Zack, Amelia, and Yingling headed an hour away from across the room. Kara rushes over to Zack, and Leanna lets out a loud breath of relief.
Amy, you're okay.
Amelia blinks.
I assume the illusion among your group must have been me.
Yep. Leanna
Well,
smiles.
in any case, I'm so glad you guys are safe.
Yingling returns Leanna's smile.
Yes, we are relieved you're all safe too. It's good to be reunited.
As Leanna talks, Zack makes sure to look anywhere except at her. Even Kara narrows her eyes.
Zach, you're acting weird. You're not another illusion, are you?
He prickles and shakes his head.
Nope. I am very much me in the most normal and loyal sense of the word.
Loyal? What did you do?
Nothing. I told you I was loyal.
Yingling looks at Zack and Kara, lets out a hearty laugh.
I had not realized it before, Zack, but you seem to be quite the ladies' man.
Oh, Jesus
I
Christ.
will be sure to immortalize all that has happened in this most daring tale of...
No,
Zack's eyes are wide.
I mean, that's really not necessary.
What exactly happened on your side? Oh, yes.
Leanna, Jingling, Zack, and I had to solve a message.
Wait, but Leanna was on our side.
Correct. It was very obvious that the illusion was her.
How so?
No reason.
I look over at Zack, who's now avoiding eye contact with both Leanna and Kara.
To put it quite bluntly, Leanna attempted to seduce Zack.
Did you try hey there, sailor? Leanna's face turns crimson red.
What?
Kara turns to
And you
Zack.
fell for her, hey there, sailor, tactics?
I knew somebody was gonna bring it up. Zack's face matches Leanna's in redness.
It wasn't like that at all. She was actually good.
Jesus Christ.
Precisely. Her technique was especially effective. That is how we deduced she could not possibly be the real Leanna at all.
Jesus, still throwing shade. Leanna pouts.
Hey!
Kara whirls around to face
Why
Leanna.
would you do that? I thought we were friends.
Are you seriously? It was an illusion. Leanna's eyes widen and she shakes her head.
No. It wasn't me. It was illusion me. I would never hit on Zack.
Kara frowns.
And why not? Is he not good enough for you?
Jesus Christ. Are you kidding me right now?
Huh? I mean, he must be okay if the illusion me hit on him.
I knew it.
Jesus, you're being impossible
I
right
don't
now.
understand what's happening.
Yeah, my body prickles. The image of Leanna and Zack together coils a hot bit of jealousy deep within my gut. Leanna, why? She rolls around and face me looking
You
flabbergasted.
too?
No, I just lifts her arms into the air,
I was
exasperated.
literally with you guys the whole time.
I know. Kara and I glared at her suspiciously.
Hey, don't worry. She'd never be able to do what she did back there in real life.
Whoa. Karen and Leanna stiffened. They turned to face him, eyes hardening into a glare that could slice through all of the crystals in the cave.
Excuse me?
And what exactly did she do back there?
Yeah, you dug yourself into a hole. He takes a step back.
I didn't mean anything.
Big Lane's spine suddenly locks.
Do you all hear that?
Karen and Leanna freeze. Everyone stops to listen. There's a sound of rushing water. Is that a waterfall? He nods.
I think so. If we're nearing water, then perhaps we're close to the temple.
We follow the source of the noise. It becomes louder and louder the further we travel. Soon we come across its temple ruin deep within the cavern. I walk up the steps into the temple. The others follow. A sapphire pool sits in the center of the room. Waterfalls rush and flow into the crystals, glitter and sparkle all around. I stare at the pool as it begins to ripple and shift. A dark shadow ascends from the depths. Oh. A woman rises like a sea nymph. Water I don't know that word either. Fuck. Sluicing? Sluicing or sluicing down her body. I flinch in surprise. Oh, hi. The woman opens her eyes, a soft smile curves her face. Dark midnight blue hair flows like wild waves down her lower back. A thin film of water covers her, making her look otherworldly, embraced by the soft glow of the crystals. She must be the water elemental. Her laughter sounds like a stream gurgling over the precious pearls. The sound echoes deep within my chest and fills me with a strange calm. As she steps towards me, I take a step back, but trip over a loose stone and fall backwards. Undeterred, she extends her hand and gently cups my face. She leans closer to me. Before I know it, a cool splash of pressure is on my lips. My eyes automatically close as I drink in her energy. She tastes like pure spring water, and I also feel a stream of energy flowing in me, crisp and fluid. All too soon, the feeling ceases and I open my eyes. She's gone. Leanna hovers over me and I gasp when I see her, and against my will a blush blossoms in my cheeks. Oh, hi, Leanna.
Did you just have an encounter with the elemental?
Yeah?
How did it go?
She came on to me. It wasn't my fault. She came on to me. Her brows furrow together.
What?
I needed the energy.
What are you talking about?
Leanna steps up to me and performs a scan with her manipulator. She hovers above my face and her brows crease into a
How
frown.
very curious.
What?
My scan reports an unusually high concentration of
God,
energy
you rat.
on your lips.
You rat. Leanna blinks before her eyes
You
widen.
kissed her?
No. She did. No. It's all a
Your lips
misunderstanding.
didn't touch together to transfer the energy then?
Well,
They did?
it's not like I had a choice. She was already transferring the energy.
Can't believe you.
Hey, I'm the victim here. Besides, you flirted with
That
Zach.
was different. It wasn't even.
Luckily, Kara and Zach return. Their packs heavy with items. Giggling returns too, although he remains
What's
empty-handed.
this about kissing an elemental?
I didn't do it on purpose. Nothing. I scrambled my feet. I think we spent enough time here already. We should get going. Giggling hides his laughter and
Yes, let
nods.
us be on our way.
Lane and Amy lead the way out of the temple, while Gingalain and I follow close behind. Kara and Zach take one last scan of the area. Afterwards, they follow us out, and we start heading back the way we came. Without the illusion test, the exit's just a clear path down the tunnel. The maze has completely disappeared. I guess the Guardian was the one who put the maze in as part of their trial. As we travel through the tunnel, I freeze when I hear the faint sound of voices. Catching Leanna's eye, she wordlessly motions for us to stay low. Zach responds with an imperceptible nod. We creep carefully towards the mouth of the tunnel and hide behind the towering stalagmites. Kara, Zach, and Gingalain are on one side, while Leanna, Amy, and I are the other. The Pongo flattens himself as low as possible on the ground. Peeking around the corner, I see a group of about a dozen people or so, bustling back and forth, clinking their pickaxes echoing through the cave, as some of the men chip at the rocks. One of them moves a luminescent crystal from the cave side and carries it over to a receptacle. They're collecting water crystals. Cool. I mean, Amy did that too. Leanna and Amy look equally concerned. Leanna already has her manipulator ready for a scan. When she sees the results, her jaw clenches. She shows Amy the frowns. I drop my voice into a whisper. What is it?
Void.
God damn it. Okay, now it's more concerning. I appear in the middle of the cave our group of cloaked figures as one shifts, we spot double manipulators on his arms. Mage caster. It makes sense that they would need someone who knows water magic to reach his temple, but it's still some serious power they're packing for a mining operation. And this is just a mining operation. Why are there mages?
It would seem the mining efforts of the water crystals here are to supplement the transmutation efforts of Void.
We have to stop them.
Yeah. Doesn't look like they're set up yet. I scan the area. There are a few scouts looking out, a main entrance cavern, a couple of mages, and a handful of miners. No one seems to have detected our presence yet. Zack motions towards us, catching our attention. He signals that we should flank them and attack. Leanna nods. Zack and Kara begin to creep closer in the tunnel opening. Leanna and Amy confer.
Keep your magic ready. The rest of the team will focus on the scouts and miners. But we'll want to take out those mages as soon as possible.
Amy nods and her manipulators glow. As Leanna readies herself, we begin to move in. I ready my sword and feel the tingle of magic in my grip. Once everyone's in position, Amelia loses a fireball, which lands square into one of the back of the magecaster. Kara and Zack race out and engage with the nearest miners. Gingling rushes towards the entrance to take care of the guards, while Leanna and I charge the mages. I get to click things! Click the magic icon. Ooh. Hell yeah. Of course I'm gonna win. I defeat the last void member as it drops to the ground, panting hard. I survey the fallen void members, my adrenaline is still high, none of them stir. Slowly everyone trickles back together, checking that no void members are still conscious. So
Everyone
what we do,
okay?
we take all of their magic crystals and leave. Because then they're stuck there forever. We don't kill them, they starve to death. Everyone leaves with an innocent conscience, and they can maybe figure their way out. We all know.
How did Void know where the temple is?
I wondered the same thing. We got pretty lucky in finding this place.
But we didn't get lucky.
They must be growing exponentially in power and amassing more resources than anticipated.
Now I'm concerned.
What do we do with those mine crystals?
We should take them. They can still be fashioned into crystal spheres, since they haven't been tainted.
I'll help.
Kara and Leanna begin to organize the fallen crystals when you hear shouting down one of the tunnels. What's that?
It sounds like Void reinforcements.
Those scouts must have alerted the rest of the troops before we took them out.
Yeah, where's Gingalain? Shouting ceases, but we only hear thunder of footsteps, and before long, a group of about 20 men surround us. Zack shoots up at the nearest men, but more replace ones who fall in and immediately shoot blasts of energy at anyone who tries to surround us, but the men keep closing in. Kara throws a handful of daggers at one who approaches, and I channel my energy and blast anyone who comes too close. Although our efforts are formidable, the enclosure and reinforcement seems endless. As one man falls, another body soon replaces him. They soon close in on us until we're standing back to back. Our breath is labored as we struggle to hold off the men. Giggling closes his eyes, and when he opens, they flash purple, his entire body encased in a violet glow, beginning from a spot on his necklace to beneath his throat.
Stand back!
His voice is harsh and throaty. Unlike his usual smooth velvet tones, he waves his arms and elongated shadows extend from his fingertips, pushing back the invading force. Void men groan as they're knocked backwards. Before they can get back up, Gingling points and shadow magic channels out of his hands, colliding square into the enemy's chests. They collapse to the ground as more men swarm in. Gingling mutters a few words and throws his hands up again. This time, as the energy channel is out of him, it morphs into a phantom claw, which swipes the nearest group of Void members. I watch stunned as Gingling moves in a blur, dodging attacks from all of the Void team. Zack occasionally shoots at anyone who gets close to him, but soon the attention shifts away from us and entirely everyone targets Gingling. He barely seems to notice the number of men against him. One by one they fall until a pile of unconscious bodies lays at his feet. Once the last man falls, Gingling lowers his arms and sees his catches body. His eyes return to normal as he looks at our slack-jawed stares.
Are any of you hurt?
Slowly we shake our heads.
That was shadow magic you were using.
Yeah, it's kinda obvious he could use it. Gingling looks apologetic.
Yes, it was.
He looks down as he hides the locket he felt it. Fell out of his shirt during battle.
You were using tainted shadow magic against Void, and that fighting style.
Yes.
Suddenly both Leanne and Amelia
It
gasp.
can't be. You're really him?
Gingling smiles sheepishly. Who is he? What's going on?
It would seem Gingalain is not Gingalain the Bard, but he is also Robin Ostergaard.
Who's Robin Ostergaard?
He was one of the heroes of Asaria. the only one who used shadow magic in combat.
Oh.
After the defeat of Void, he disappeared, and no one knew what happened to him.
Robin became but a simple bard.
I prefer Gingaline.
Why did you disguise yourself as a bard?
He gives us a soft
I
smile.
thought it would be best. With all of the disturbances Void caused, there was a massive stigma against shadow magic. I didn't want people to misconstrue the events of what happened or who I really am. I may
Makes
have
sense.
been a part of Void in the past, but it was before they turned into the Void that created and used tainted spheres. When their ideals began to shift, I got out. I was lucky, but not everyone was.
His voice chokes up and then pauses to compose himself. I think back to the story he told around the campfire. That must have been his story, Robin's story.
So you gave up the prestige associated with the heroes.
He nods.
Times were hard, and people were confused and on edge. It was simpler for Robin to become what they wanted him to be. I became the bard to keep the memory of the heroes alive, so they could continue to provide hope for the people.
Stop whispering. No wonder he holds such high respect from the people of Asaria. He truly does care more about the well-being of his country rather than his own needs. I don't know if I'd have been able to so easily give up the temptation of fame and glory. Robin shakes his head and urgency returns to his voice.
But we need to focus. Void is continuing to taint crystals, and it seems like they're only growing stronger.
We've been noticing more of a presence of Void, too.
Robin nods.
Since the tainted crystals are the source of their rise in power, you'll have to find a way to stop production of those spheres.
It would make the most sense that production would happen at the base of their operations.
Where is that?
The Shadow Temple.
That must have been where all their operations began back when he was still part of
They
Void.
can use the latent energy there to maximize output of tainting crystals. If you're able to reach the temple and absorb the energy within, you'll put a major dent in their operation.
I'm immediately look at Lana when he mentions absorbing energy, and Lana looks just as alarmed as I do. She's about to retort, but when Robin
I
stops her.
saw what happened at the temple just now, and I felt the change in energy levels.
He turns to me.
I don't know how you're able to do that, but I've seen my share of crazy things in life, and I know that what you have is a gift. Don't be afraid of it because it strays from the norm. Use it for good.
But, I mean, I feel an earnestness in his voice and it empowers me.
If what he says is true, then it would behoove us to journey to the
Your
Shadow
favorite word,
Temple.
isn't it?
Do you know where it is, Amy?
I would need to consult Elderism's notes.
The Shadow Temple is in the west, right on the border of Avengard.
That's the opposite side of where we are now.
I will mark it down on the map for you all.
Robin and Amelia talk further as he points to the exact location of the Shadow Temple. I survey the fallen Void members around us. What exactly should we do about these guys and the crystals?
I'll take care of them. You all should get going.
You aren't coming with us?
He shakes his head.
I know you are all more than capable of handling whatever you may encounter. I have other business to attend to now.
Lana pauses and nods reluctantly.
It's been an honor traveling with you.
Robin grips her hands.
I am the one who is honored to be able to know such a formidable mage knight.
It has been a most enlightening experience to have made your acquaintance. I only wish we had more time to further speak about your background. I have many questions.
I'm sure our paths will cross again someday.
Zach nods.
Take care.
Robin nods back.
I'll look forward to reading about the dashing beauty who helped save the team from danger.
He laughs.
I wouldn't dream of leaving her out of the story.
Kara blushes. Robin puts on a bittersweet grin.
Until we meet again.
Finger guns. And I walk out. After we say our goodbyes, Amelia conjures up to the same bubble for us and travel back to the water. We hurry up the stairs until we return to the valley within the mountains.
It seems Void's presence is even greater than we thought.
Agreed. This is more than just a few scattered fanatics. They're reorganized.
Perhaps we should alert the authorities.
You think they're just gonna take our word for it and believe that Void is back? They'll launch an investigation which would take months, maybe years. And by the time they realize it's true, Void will be even stronger.
It's true.
Zach's right.
While the team debates on the next steps, I remain quiet. Why? Void is also on the rise and the team needs my help to defeat them, but I have energy from 4 temples now, and I have the feeling that this should be enough for energy to open a rift and return back home. If I even can return home, Amelia's warning about me casting resilience is on my forefront of my mind. It nibbles on my thoughts and feeds on my fear. If I try to open a rift, there's really a possibility that I won't survive the channeling of so much energy. The faces of my family remind me of what I left behind. How long have I been gone? Are they worried about me? My gaze wanders to the end, and my heart flutters whenever I see her big blue eyes fall on me. Her smile makes me feel like I'm walking on air. I love her. Caring nature and the way she keeps me grounded. I totally just inferred there for a second. Now that I know her, I can't imagine life without her in it. Terra feels just as real as my home on Earth. What would happen if I left them here to defeat Void without me? Would they be okay without me, or would I just be setting them up for failure? And that's what we'll pick up next time.